directionally challenged people. So actually, let's thank these guys who put on this.
There's that guy too, Jeff Ward.
Well, this is a bit of a departure from both the poetry and the sort of more lighthearted things that have been read. So this is, by the way, my name is Phyllis, and I'm from Minsk. I think he said that. This is a part of a memoir, and it's actually from a section called Thanksgiving, and I thought that was appropriate for tonight. And this was part of a chapter from Black Friday. So in this, I'm 17. A deep voice outside my head interrupts my thoughts. The young policeman is still standing there next to me, frozen on the frozen front lawn of my house. He still does not look at me. He repeats the lines he'd practiced. You are to go straight upstairs and get some clothes, miss. Then I'll take you down to the station. I know I will get no information from this policeman. He's on outside duty in the cold for a reason. No experience, no authority. I turn towards the house and walk through the small opening in the front hedge. The bushes reach only to my knees, but they make the house feel like it's set apart, backed away from the street. The officer walks behind me. His footsteps crunch the frosted dead grass. I walk around the concrete bird fountain in the middle of the lawn. Light escapes the open front door and falls dully across the cement face of a boy grasping a duck. The features of both boy and duck have been blunted by wind and weather. The duck's head tilts upward, its beak open. A water tube shoved in the duck's mouth and down its throat chokes the air out of it. The duck strains to fly away, but the boy holds it fast. I climb the 2 front stairs of my home onto the small red brick doorstep. Long strips of caution tape cross themselves on the threshold. Their capital letter warnings repeat along the yellow lengths. Caution, crime scene, do not cross. I stand on the front stoop and peer between the strips of tape. My heart beats hard in my chest. The bright light inside hurts my eyes, so I squint them. When my eyes adjust to the light, what I see looks the same as it had when I left the night before. I'm confused. I expected something big and bad to be visible right away. An arm in a dark blue nylon jacket reaches past me and pulls the yellow strips off the side of the door jamb. I step up to the threshold and lean into the house. Lights are on in every room, the front hall, the living and dining rooms, the hallway back to the kitchen. My father must not be home. He would not have permitted the lights to stay on in every room or the front door to stay open, police or no police. He drills it into us. Never keep the lights on in an empty room. You have been warned. The phrase, "you have been warned," is dangerous coming from my father. Another slip-up of any kind will get you a flat-handed slap across the ear or a pancake turner to the bare backside and legs. The house is too quiet. I hear a few strange, deep voices in the dining room that I assume are policemen, but none of the usual noise fills the house. Not the public radio station my mother leaves on all day, or the Steve Miller Band records my little brother plays on the stereo turntable up in his room. The quiet and the blazing lights make the house feel like a laboratory, like my high school bio lab, where we dissect sheep eyes and fermenting frogs under blinding white light. The house feels different, but I don't see any clues. Light blue wall-to-wall carpet still covers the floors of the long hallway in the front rooms. Walls still stand sentry along the hall. White paint on the bottom half, a strip of wood and above it, white wallpaper scrolling with blue paisley flowers. I always liked that wallpaper and the fact that it's only on the top of the wall. When I was younger, I thought the wallpaper made the hall feel like a palace. But surveying the brightly lit hallway from the front door on this cold November night, I see the scene quite differently. More like strangers would, maybe more like the police do. For the first time, I noticed that the wallpaper is yellowing in some places and bubbling in others. that the seams between many sections have curled up and pulled away from the wall. This house is nothing like a palace. I'd noticed none of this until the police came into the house. Maybe that's how it works. You can't see what's right in front of you when you live with it every day. I inhale deeply and step into the house. Take another step. The floor doesn't disintegrate under my feet. What looks solid remains solid for now. I pause in the middle of the hall. Heavy shoes scrape the metal weather stripping nailed to the front door sill. The policeman from the yard steps up close behind me, like he's spotting me in case I fall. The voices from the dining room stop. I take another step when suddenly a mark on the wall draws my attention. Bright red, no more than an inch long, like paint dripped from a brush in motion. The red streak is small but luminous and hovers in suspended animation. A stain is not good. A stain will make my father angry. I lean over and step toward the mark. I wonder what it is and who did it. Maybe it's ketchup or red wine from the large green jug my mother keeps under the kitchen sink and drinks from every night before my father gets home. Suddenly, a pair of blue nylon pants inserts itself between me and the red. The pants block my view of the street and my access to the back of the house. I straighten up, but my eyes keep focused where the red mark had been. You're the daughter? The question is impersonal, but surprisingly, the tone verges on warm, or maybe I just needed to. I force myself to raise my eyes, but can only get them as high as the blue and gold embroidered patch on the nylon jacket's upper arm. Lower Merion Police Department. A blood declaration, a new force in my life. Good or bad, I don't yet know. Yeah, I say, I'm the daughter. You are to go upstairs and get a day's worth of clothes. I draw my eyes up to the officer's face, a few inches above mine. It has deep lines and grayish-white skin, brown eyes that don't look unkind. What's going on, I ask. Where's my mom? Oh my God, I don't have the last page. Wow, okay, here's a new ending. What's going on, I ask. Where's my mom? That kept it at about 6 minutes, I think.